That's gonna
World's
be
giant
exciting.
box of cereal.
I like that. And that's going to happen here in Vegas. You're going to have a winner, and it's going to
Yeah.
be, that's, can we get a clip to play on the show?
Sure.
That
yeah.
would be great.
That would be
Or
fun.
have,
We'll have
maybe
all the-
we can have the young magician. I've started doing magic at about 10, so I have a lot of affection for the excitement, the work that goes into those concerts.
Kids starting up. I noticed next door to your theater you have a shop, and they're like starter kits. I mean, would that
Yeah.
be good for a kid?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I mean, all of us generally started out with a magic set you get for Christmas or your birthday. And then, you know, once you got the magic set, now you got professional props, you know, little...
Well, you actually have wonderful props in your shop. One of the differences is you have some lines of magic that are real magician things. You've got the Ken Brook line.
Yeah.
Ken was my mentor in magic.
Yeah, sure,
And, I mean,
yeah.
it's amazing for me to see those there, but that's really the way to start kids
Well, we
in
have,
the right direction.
We have, you know, the beginner kits for just starting out, and then we like to have some stuff for people that are a little more advanced.
That's right. Well, that's exciting. Now, we're breaking this into two parts. I guess the big break for you was the Carson show.
Appearing on
you
Johnny
remember the
Carson.
date.
Which was
When it
historical.
aired.
October 28th, 1981.
And what was historical about it was that he did something unprecedented where he didn't give you the usual segment. He let you take that full 12 because he was so amazed by what you were doing.
What happened was my act, I was doing the Bird act at that time. You know, that was the only act I had. It was 12 minutes long. And they told me, said, well, you can't do the whole 12 minutes, but bring the whole thing to rehearsal, and you'll probably only be able to get like 6 or 7 minutes. So I went over to the Tonight Show, and I did the rehearsal. And then after the rehearsal, I was talking to the stage manager, and I see this hand coming towards me out of the corner of my eye. And I reach out to shake the hand, and I look up, and there's Johnny Carson on the end of the hand. I was like, oh, wow, nice to meet you. And
must have been
it was a thrill, yeah,
an
of course.
amazing. Well, we're going to have to take a break, but now, just for a moment.
Okay.
Because I've got a million questions.
I understand.
And I know everything reshaped. Nothing was the same after that Carson show, was it? Well, we're going to be right back with more Entertainment Files, right here with Lance Burton.
Welcome back to the Entertainment Files. We're talking with Master Magician Lance Burton, not only the favorite magician of Johnny Carson, but also now Jay Leno. And of course, we were talking about that historical moment, and it really changed things for you, didn't it?
Yeah, that was my first time on national television or on any television show. I was telling you about meeting Johnny Carson. So anyway, after a few minutes, the talent coordinator comes over and says, Johnny saw the act, and he says, let the kid do the whole 12 minutes. So it was actually Johnny personally intervening, saying, yeah, let him do the whole 12 minutes. So they put me on as the first guest, and they let me do 12 minutes. And then the next guest was, now I'm blanking out. He had his own talk show. He used to be a writer for Carson. Oh, I'm embarrassed now. I can't. Anyway, the next guest was another magician. An amateur magician, and so now Carson, Dick Cavett.
Dick Cavett,
Cavett.
There you go.
And Johnny and Dick Cavett sat out there and then talked about magic and about my act for the next 12 minutes.
Well, that's handy stuff.
So that was my first time, and that was a big break for me.
And you won the FISM. You won. Now, a lot of people out there do not know this. That is the gold medal. It's the Olympics of Magic.
The Fédération Internationale Société de Magique.
Wow.
That's
that good?
Did you hear that French accent in there?
I like that. You did learn that in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And that officially acclaimed you the #1 magician in the world.
It was. Well, I don't know if it's the #1 magician in the world, but it was. It's like the Olympics. It's like winning a gold medal at the Olympics.
Right. Well, they may not be the fastest person, but they're the fastest person competing
that
in the most
day.
important event. Exactly. Exactly. So, and then everything just took off. I remember the buzz in L.A. where I was living at the Magic Castle used to appear down. There was a little club. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember.
The Body Shop.
The Body Shop on Sunset Boulevard.
It was a great place, and magicians would come down. And,
it was not a magic club. It was a strip club. That's what
right.
it was.
I wasn't going to say that, but it was. It was a lot of fun, and that's where people, I think, really discovered so much of what you did.
For some reason, all the magicians wanted to come down to the Body Shop to see me work, and they'd
did.
stay all night long to see both shows. It
Probably
was
people that wanted to discover magicians, too, would be the preference of choice going down to the
That's
strip
right.
club.
Yeah.
You know, we've got you here. You couldn't do a trick for us, could you?
I'd love to do a trick for you. Do you have a $1 or a 5 or 10
I get paid for this. I got one somewhere.
or a 20 would be even better? Oh, look, he's got the big money. The
Oh
20.
yeah, you can have for
Great.
20. You bet.
Great. And I'm just going to fold this up, Nick. Now, Nick, you've been in Las Vegas now, what, 3 years?
Just about.
Something like that. Now, let me ask you a question. You're a local now. Do you gamble? Do you ever play the slot machines? Do you ever go out and try your luck?
I gamble in Vegas. I drive in Vegas. The way they drive here.
I guess you're right. I guess we all gamble in Vegas. But I have to tell you, I've lived here 15 years, and I've never gambled. I remember the first night I was in Las Vegas, I went to see the Folies Bergère because that was a show I was going to open in the next night. And it was a dinner show, and the couple sitting across from me finished their dinner, and they got up to leave, to go back out in the casino. And I said, "Aren't you going to see the show?" And they said, "No, we were comped in here by the casino. We just came in to get the free dinner." And that was, it blew my mind that they didn't want to see the show, that they were just here for the gambling. And I thought, you know, this gambling stuff can really get to be a serious deal.
Powerful stuff.
So I've always sort of avoided the gambling. But having said all that, I'm going to show you how you can win playing the slot machines.
Black belt in origami.
And now I've made this little. Now he's worried about his money now.
Yeah,
he's getting worried. I just formed it into a little cone. Now, Nick, I know you're worried about your money, so I'm gonna give you a little collateral. There's a little rabbit.
Oh,
no,
good.
no, I'm not going to do the rabbit trick for you. Here's a little collateral, some coins there, and I want you to, oh, I'm sorry, wait a minute. We don't want the pennies. We just put those back. We just want the quarters. Let me put the pennies back in the purse. Now, I want you to take those quarters, Nick, and I want you to count them one at a time out loud into the tray.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
6 quarters and the little cone. Now, Nick, I want you to take the cone and I want you to examine it. I want you to hold it up to the camera, show them the inside of it. Hold it up to the light, Nick.
Nothing up there.
Look inside.
Nothing there at
Make
all.
sure there's no trap doors. Make sure there's no mirrors
Not
or
a
threads
thing.
inside it. It's just a little cone made out of your $20 bill. Now, Nick, I'm going to need you to help me with this. Hold your hand out, palm down like that, and I'm going to balance the quarters on the back of your hand. And your part in this trick is to remain perfectly still. Now, you'll notice that the cone goes over the quarters, and it's folded up to fit perfectly. Now, the cone is the slot machine. You see, I told you I'm going to show you how to win at the slot machines using magic. The quarters, that's the jackpot. Now, the idea is you want to get the money out of the slot machine. And I'm going to show you how to do that doing magic. Now, there's the cone. I want you to look at it one more time, Nick. The cone is empty. It's going to happen on the count of 3. I'll snap my fingers. I'll pull on your wrist. I'll pull on your finger. And that's when the magic will happen. All I want you to do, Nick, with your other hand, hold the plate right there underneath. One more time. There's the quarters. If I were to move those quarters or touch them in any way, you'd be the first one to know, Nick, because you can feel them on the back of your hand.
I can feel them right there.
There, one more time. There's the cone. It's empty. I cover the quarters on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull on the finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarters
6
right through your hand,
quarters.
but you still feel something on the back of your
do.
hand, don't
What
you,
is
Nick?
it?
That's the part that amazes me. How those 6 pennies.
All right.
Got it? Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
And let's see. Now, as I remember, the coins were yours and the $20 bill was mine. Is that correct?
Nice try.
Okay.
That is great. It's wonderful to watch you do close-up, because you do all kinds of magic, don't you?
You know what, Nick?
You really covered it all.
I love all types of magic. I mean, in my show, I do stage magic because there's 1,200 people in the audience.
That's right.
But I've always loved close-up magic. It's just, and I don't get to do it that much. I mean, I just do it for fun, just to entertain people.
You know, we have a clip. Can we do one? Let's do one more clip, if we may, just so people
Sure.
can see. Yeah.
These 2 men in black are going to handcuff me and shackle me in this